We got Tresean Gore back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Josh Fremd, UFC Fight Night, October 29th, live from the tire dealership. Tresean, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Doing great. I appreciate you fitting me in here with your errands and everything. It looked like you got a full camp for this one. When did you find out?
What do you mean? What I found out?
When did you find out about the fight?
I think I found out like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So yeah, I got some good time in the train.
That's good. And you two were supposed to fight, obviously, back in July. Does that make it a bit easier to prepare for him just because you were supposed to fight him?
I mean, I already was kind of, yeah, it does, because I already was kind of preparing for his style, and the switch up last minute kind of threw me off, and, you know, I started preparing for a wrestler. I wasn't preparing for, like Cody even said, like, I wasn't prepared for no right hand. I wasn't prepared for him to try to stand up with me. I thought he was going to try to grab me all night, and he didn't. You know, he was the better man that night. But I believe I beat him 9 times out of 10. But I mean, this fight right here, you know, this is pretty cool because this is the matchup I was preparing for in the first place.
Yeah, that's great. What do you sort of take away the most from that last fight? You mentioned the switch up an opponent. What do you take away from that you're bringing into this fight?
I'll take away like pretty much just don't look past anybody and I never looked past Cody, but I just looked at him as just a wrestler. I didn't look at him as a guy that could, like, you know, try to stand up with me or try to like swing the big overhand right, and he threw a right hand and I feel like I gave it to him. I feel like a homeless person could have hit me because I threw the same technique 4 times. And I threw that kick and I missed it like more than once. So I kind of gifted him that right hand by continuing to leave myself open. So what I take away from it is just, you know, like, you live and learn on the job. And he was a better man that night, but I feel a lot more mentally sharp than what I was in that fight.
You already talked about the style matchup against Fremd. We know what he's going to bring to the table. What about camp? I know last time we spoke, you did some cross training over in Arizona. What about this camp? Has it all been at home, or you done any cross training as well?
I really been moving in silence, man, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm talking. I'm just trying to like back up my words to get a winning streak going, and I have this cross training at Fortis MMA with Coach Safe, Coach and Jeff Neal, and my boy Naja Boy Kennedy, you know, freaking all the big dogs, Ryan Spann. I've been training with them. Like,
that's awesome.
I'm going to go back and train with them for another 2-3 weeks for the rest of my camp. I'm a month out today, and I already feel like if I fought him tomorrow, I would win. But I just got to just keep piecing together the puzzles, and I'm not looking past anything that he tries to do, man. You know, like, I've been preparing pretty wise for this one.
What was the connection to Fortis? How did you end up training there? Did you know Safe, or did you know one of the fighters? How did you end up with that at that gym?
My last fight, like, I had a very inexperienced corner. I had my strength and conditioning coach in my corner and my sponsor, Bulliet's Kennels, in my corner. And I didn't really, Diego was like, he's like a preacher now, and he had to go preach a sermon, and Douglas was fighting 2 weeks after me, so they couldn't be there for me. So I kind of was left without a corner, like an experienced corner, and Kennedy noticed that because he fought on the same card as me, and he noticed like I have a lot of skills, and he noticed that I just need more organization, and like, you know, I need to be a little bit. He just realized I needed more attention on me, so he invited me to come train with Coach Safe, and I came down there and I've got the work that I needed.
Yeah, and Safe's really structured. Like, I from talking to the guys at Fortis, it's very much, you got to show up on time, you got to put in the work. How is it kind of dealing with that? Because I know some fighters really thrive under that discipline that he instills.
Shit, man, I was showing up fucking more than on time. I was showing up a little too much, a little overtraining a little bit, and like, you know, I love it. I don't got nothing bad to say about Fortis MMA. None of the fighters. They invited me with open arms. They showed me straight love, and I got better, like a lot better. Definitely not gonna fight the same like my opponents expect me to. So I'm ready, man.
Love it. And on that note, who will be in your corner for this fight?
Just fighting.
Oh, so
what was that?
Oh, I was just asking you who's going to be in your corner for this fight.
Well, right now, currently I have Diego and I have Naja Boy and my boy Kennedy in my corner so far, and I'm looking for my third cornerman as we speak. And but right now I already got two solid people there already, and I'm ready, man.
I love it. And how's this fight playing out? I know you don't like getting paid by the hour, so I'm sure you expect to go in there and get another finish.
Man, when I fight, I always come to finish. Like, win or lose, like, which I don't like to say win or lose, because I'm a win type of guy. Honestly, 2022 kind of came in a whirlwind. It was unexpected. I came out, you know, telling everybody I'm gonna be champion of the year, and telling everybody I'm gonna be a double champ. And I still believe that, but I just realized that this shit ain't easy, and I realized that you have to work a lot harder and you have to be humble. You know what I mean? You have to. It comes with a lot of humility. And shoot, man, I feel like my last two fights really defined me and made me into a stronger person. And I'm ready, man, for this fight.
Do you want to get one more fight in this year? I know you've been fighting a lot, but is that the plan after this? You want to take some time off, assuming all goes well in your next fight?
I would like to fight again. You know, like, really, if you really be honest, like, I've won 2 for the UFC and lost 2 for the UFC because I fought twice on the Ultimate Fighter, and I dominated those fights. And I lost by decision with Brian, which it could have went my way too. But I lost that, and then I just got caught with a shot that nobody was expecting me to get caught with. So, I mean, shit, man, I still feel very healthy. I still feel more than capable of fighting. You know, more than one more time before the year. Like, if it went all my way, like I want it to go, which I really truly strongly believe it will. I want to fight at least 2 more times before the year and get this bad taste out of my mouth.
Tresean, thanks so much for doing this, man. We're looking forward to it. October 29th, UFC Fight Night. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
I want to thank Triad Mechanical. Even though he's like splitting from the gym and he's not really like a part of the gym like he was, I like to thank him. I would like to thank Barber Orthopedics for taking care of me, making sure my knee stays strong and my body stays strong. Ferguson Law Firm. Jason Ferguson is one of like the best lawyers out there. I want to thank Eat Clean, bro. I want to thank even the UFC Icon Mills for providing the meals for me. I want to thank Bully X Kennels for my boy, for giving me my bully and helping me, have the idea to start the kennel that I just started. By the way, go follow Eyes on the Prize Kennels, EOTP Bully Kennels on Instagram. I just started a kennel with exotic Frenchies and XL Bullies. So I would like to thank them, man. And Garden Go Mouthpieces. I would like to thank them for giving me the best mouthpieces, making sure the grill stays good. And lastly, I want to thank you for bringing me on and giving me a shout out with Jared Cannonier. Like, I don't nobody know me. I'm just somebody who came from Little River, South Carolina, a town nobody don't know about. But one day, I want to raise that title high up in the air and you're my favorite person to get interviewed by. So I want to thank you, James, for bringing me on this show to talk to you.